Hello friends, good morning. Again, this is another workshop for MS students or students um, uh, who are actually preparing for big data. If you have any questions, you can ask the questions in this call. Uh, if you are new to this session and if you want to interact with me directly, uh, you can use. If you can use the WebEx invite in the live chat on the top right corner. In the live chat, you can see the URL. You can click on that and you can join the call and you can ask any questions. So I will just give brief background about what I'm trying to do so that whoever is joined newly have some idea about what I'm trying to do. First and foremost, I started a YouTube channel called ITversity 2 years back, and I have uploaded quite a bit of content on big data. And eventually, I would like to upload content covering many other technologies. So we are working on creating content even for cloud, DevOps, and many more. But it will take time. It's not immediate. It will take time. And especially when it comes to MS students, I want to pool around 500 to 600 students over time who will be passing out in 2018 and train them in different roles so that they are employable by the time they come out of the college. The targeted audience are either MS students or engineering graduates in India or anywhere in the world. On top of the YouTube channel, I'm also working on a lab, especially for big data. So the website is bigdatalabs.com. You can access the lab by saying bigdatalabs.com. This is the website, and you can go to the videos about how to sign up. As of now, it's free till December. Let me share my screen in the WebEx also. Then I'll come back to the lab. Okay, so this is the website bigdatalabs.com, and you can watch these videos about how to sign up for the lab for free up until December 31st. And then there will be a paid subscription. For students, it will be $75 up to 2 years. But till the time they complete the MS, I'll give the lab access for $75. And the lab is a proper Hadoop cluster. It's not a virtual machine or anything. It's a proper Hadoop cluster. Let me show you the cluster size and all those things before I move further. So I logged into the lab, and if I go to hosts, you will get access to the web console also, Ambari and whatever is relevant for the big data cluster, everything you will get access to. And then you can review the cluster. As of now, there are 5 nodes in the cluster. I'm going to add 2 more nodes. Probably by end of January, we will have up to 9 nodes in the cluster. Okay, so until December 31st, it is completely free. You can use the way you want. But from January 1st, as I have mentioned to you earlier, for MS students, it will be $75 up to 2 years. So if you are in the 3rd semester, it will be for 1 year. If you are in 2nd semester, it will be up to 1.5 years. If you are in 1st semester, it can be up to 2 years. So it is a fixed price, $75 until you complete MS. You can practice using the lab. You don't need to invest in high-end laptops or anything. You just use the lab and learn the skills that are required to become a big data professional. So that's the background about the channel, which is ITversity, which have a lot of content, and the lab. On top of it, I'm also working on a website called itversity.com. Yeah, for experienced guys also, the lab price will be $55 for 6 months, or if you want to go for monthly, it will be $14.99. If it is for quarter, it will be like $34.99. For 6 months, it will be $54.99. So that's the pricing. starting from January 1st. Until then, it's free even for experienced professionals. And this session is primarily for students, whoever is going for MS or engineering, and if they're trying to explore big data, going through my content, if they have any technical challenges that needs to be addressed immediately, this session is for those. Okay, this is not for experienced professional. It's a weekly workshop primarily targeting the students who are exploring big data, so that they learn by the time they come out of college. Okay, so this is the website itvarsity.com. I am working on revamping this website. Until then, there won't be a lot of content happening on this website, but eventually we'll see a lot of content. We will start with big data, and we will slowly deploy or publish courses covering other topics also. And then on top of weekly sessions, if you need support while learning, for example, if you struck on something while learning, some technical challenge, we also started another forum-based website called discuss.itvarsity.com. Okay, and here you can ask any questions. You have to categorize the questions properly. I will slowly cover those topics once things get stabilized. As of now, most of the issues are about big data labs, which is just announced a few weeks back. Some of the guys have challenges understanding the environment or running into some of the authentication issues. All those things are addressed using the forum. And this will not limit only for big data labs or big data itself. Eventually, we will have all the topics covered. Whatever topics we will be covering in itvarsity.com and YouTube channel, and also the lab, everything will be on one common platform, which is this discuss.itvarsity.com. So there is a YouTube channel, there is a lab, there is a itvarsity.com website which will have content, and discuss.itvarsity.com, which is a forum. So you need to be familiarized with all these 4 platforms so that you can actually accelerate your learning process while doing your MS. So it is enough to spend anywhere between 3 to 6 hours per week over a period of 1 year to 2 years to learn any of our courses. Our courses will not be on one particular technology, but it will be primarily role-based, such as big data engineer, cloud engineer, DevOps engineer, big data developer, etc. Whatever takes you to become or to learn all the skills required by a particular role will be taken care as part of our platforms. Okay. So that being said, once again, if you are joining the YouTube live session for the first time, and if you are a student, if you want to interact with me directly, you can click on this URL where you will be joining the WebEx invitation. And also, I'll be giving a form. If you fill that form, I will add you to the WebEx invitation, so that you will get weekly reminder. And whenever you feel that you have to join the call and you need to get your issues addressed, you can hop onto the call and you can ask the questions. So let me put this URL in the description of the video so that you have it for your reference. Okay. And then I will go around the audience who have joined and check if they have any questions, and I will try to address those questions. So now I am updating the description with the WebEx invitation details. Okay. And also, we will be annotating all the platforms which we have as part of the videos. So whenever you'll come to these videos, you will see how to go to big data labs, means the URLs related to big data labs as part of the videos itself. You can click on those and you can actually access the platform to learn the skills. That being said, as of now, several people joined the call. It will be better if you guys give full names rather than the shortcuts, or at least the first name, so that it will be easier for me to communicate. So we will start with Gopinath. Gopinath, you can ask any questions you have, um, and, and I will go around the entire audience to check if you have any questions, and I will try to address those questions. Hello, Gopinath.
Yeah, should I type it or can I ask it?
You can ask. You can unmute yourself. You can ask. There is no issue.
My question is very simple on HBase.
Okay.
The NoSQL databases are like immutable files, right? How can we edit making deletes and updates on HBase? I didn't understand the concept.
Okay. Good question. The question is when HBase actually persists data in HDFS, and HDFS is by nature it's immutable. Then how we are actually updating or deleting in real time using HBase, which actually stores data in the HDFS? So the answer is there is a layer in between the operation you perform and HDFS called memstore, or HBase. I forgot the actual term. There is a memory structure in between. So whenever you try to insert data or update data or delete data, it will actually happen in memory. So it will actually read the file, and it will cache in memory, and it will mark update and delete. If you update the data, it will mark it as updated. If it is delete, it will mark it as deleted data. And then periodically there is a feature called compaction. Okay, it's not only with respect to HBase. For most of the NoSQL databases, there is a concept called compaction, and there is a minor compaction and major compaction. So whenever certain thresholds are reached in the memory structure, okay, that at that time it will spill out the contents of the memory into something called H files. Okay, and those H files will be compacted at regular intervals, so that the issue of smaller files is addressed. So the memory structure in between will do the magic, and when you insert or update or delete, data will not be preserved in the in HDFS immediately. It will take time until the thresholds are reached in that memory structure. The data will not be merged onto the HDFS files. So the magic is done by that intermediate memory structure, which will take care of updates and deletes, and compaction is the one which will take care of writing the data at regular intervals by merging into the existing HDFS files. Do you understand, or do you have any questions?
Yeah, I got it. Just one more follow-up question.
Okay.
Actually, I'm watching your MongoDB videos. How do we do keep on sending a lot of files at a time, not doing through one by one?
Means I didn't get you.
See, if there is a record, we are adding records to a database, a file in a database.
Okay.
For example, there is a lot of data in some other database. How do we push the data into?
Yeah, so you can create a JSON, and you can actually do Mongo import. So the JSON will be imported into MongoDB database. So it's similar to any other database. There are features such as export, import, which you can take care. But to make it importable, you have to take care of some prerequisites. I think for MongoDB, you have to convert it into JSON. Again, to convert a CSV or some other delimited file into JSON, there are certain tools. You have to use those tools, create a JSON formatted file, and you can use Mongo import to import into the database.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay then. So I don't know the name of H. If you actually unmute yourself and announce your name and ask the question, that will be great.
Hi, Durga. This is Game Prasad here. Wanted to check, like, I'm planning to take my Spark exam.
Okay.
Gone through videos, but a quick question. So, when I'm planning to take the Works exam, so what like is your video sufficient enough to get me prepared for those uh, exams?
So which exam are you taking? There are several HDP CD exams. Which one are you taking?
I'm taking the HTPC Spark.
Okay, okay. So I didn't complete the so let me take you to the website. So there is a course on HDP CD Spark exam. I have covered, I think, almost 70% of the content. So, for example, if you go here,
Mhm. So
okay,
70% here on this SQL Spark, I am taking the videos that you put on for big data immersion, right? Like,
yeah, yeah. So those videos will be placed here. I'm not getting enough time because I'm working on the lab. So whatever is in big data immersion, you can use it, and you can easily relate by mapping curriculum with the content I have. So even on the course park using Scala, there are certain things which I haven't covered. So for example, if I go to the lesson level details, here they are talking about initialize a Spark application. I have covered Spark context and configuration for this. And then run a Spark job on Yarn. I have covered this. Create an RDD. I have covered. Create an RDD from a file or directly in HDFS. I have covered. Persist an RDD. I have covered. But I haven't covered configure Spark properties. So this is the only thing that is missing from the course Spark using Scala, which is required as part of the exam. And then Spark SQL is another important thing. And I have content, almost 80% of the content which is relevant for the certification as part of the Big Data Engineer Immersion course. I just have to copy to this one. But there are few gaps. You can easily relate the curriculum with the content, and you will understand the gaps. On top of it, one of the major difference between CCA and HDP CD Spark is in CCA they give the code skeleton. You just have to understand how to use Spark APIs in Scala as well as Python. They don't even ask you to write a if statement in Python or Scala. They are not testing the programming skills. They are only testing the ability, the understanding levels of the Spark APIs and the ability to use in underlying programming languages such as Scala and Python. That's the intention of the CCA certification exam. When it comes to HDP CD, the way I am understanding, I haven't given the certification yet. The way I am understanding is they will give a problem statement, and you have to write entire program by choosing either Scala or Python as programming language. So you have to brush up your Scala skills or Python skills quite a bit, which is not covered as part of the certification. That is the major gap more than anything else as part of the curriculum as of now. Even though I say Scala and I have covered Scala quite a bit, still I feel there are certain gaps which needs to be covered from the programming perspective, which I will take care going forward. So I hope you are comfortable with programming whatever language you choose, and you write end-to-end programs by yourself for little bit complex problem statements.
okay, got you. One big question, right? On the configuration of Spark, right? Are these like, is there any specific thing that we have to go through that whatever is there on the Hortonworks tutorial stuff, we go through that is sufficient, right?
Yeah, that is sufficient. There is no need to go beyond. So context and configuration, probably they might ask to change the number of a number of um, shuffle. There is a parameter for shuffle. Probably they might ask such kind of questions, and you will have access to the material as part of the certification. So you will be able to search for those parameters, and you should be able to use it. As long as you know how to use it and how to navigate through the documentation, you just have to search to get the appropriate parameter that needs to be set.
Okay.
And I don't think they will decide whether your answer is correct or not only by a property. Most likely they are trying to. So if you look at it, they are asking how to initialize a Spark application, and they are asking to go to Spark context and Spark configuration topic. From the perspective of initializing a Spark application, whatever I have covered is more than enough. You have to give a name to the application, and you have to tell how you want to run the application, whether you want to use Yarn or Mesos, whatever it is. So as long as you know those things, those are more than enough.
Right. But will they ask like if you want to run multiple Spark context or like those type of things? Those things will they ask? Because and is there any examples or dump because HTTP Hive and Pig have their certifications, they have their sandbox where we can go give these samples.
Yeah, so for HTTP CD Spark, they haven't given any sample exam. That's the problem.
Okay.
Yeah, they haven't created any sample exam. So, but I think the experience what they don't deviate a lot from the certification content, and whatever they are mentioning here, they will try to create the questions around that only. That's the feedback I have got. Whoever cleared HDP-CD Java or HDP-CD Hive Pig Scoop exam, I didn't get any feedback from those who actually cleared HDP-CD Spark. There are a couple of folks, I guess, who gave the exam, but I didn't get any feedback from them. It will be great once you give the exam. It will be great if you can share the information so that we can be better prepared.
The other one thing is, right, so when the exam wise, right, so is it going to be on, for example, if you do an Spark shell and you write the code, or is it going to be like you have to use Zeppelin and do that, or
no, I don't think they will give Zeppelin. It will be better to go to the FAQs. Problem is with HDP-CD Spark, it's pretty sloppy. They didn't give a lot of details. Let me see if they have updated any details, and let us. So I don't think they will ask Zeppelin or Scala IDE or Python notebook. I don't think they are mandatory. Okay, you should.
if you everything we run, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you have to write a program and run it, so you have to use Spark Submit, or is it like just run it in the ID, right? Like the client for Spark shell?
No, I don't. No, I don't think they will ask you to run using any IDE. You can use IDE to develop, and then you have to. Means I am talking from the HDP-CD no Java exam, which is Hive, Pig, and Scoop. So if you go through that sample exam, what they are asking is to create the script in a particular directory and run it and store the output in another directory. So all your answers will be in one location and the output will be in another location. So how you will run, it's up to you. You can one by one in Spark console, but the final script has to be in the answers folder, whatever they give. Okay, so that's how it works. They actually go through your answers, and then they will tell you whether you have failed or not, failed or passed. So the way the exam they conduct the exam is, you can use any IDE. If they give access to IDE, you can use any IDE, or you can use Sublime or VA Editor, whatever it is. But in the end, the program has to be stored in a particular folder with some certain naming convention, and and if they try to test how you are doing the Spark submit, That also has to be put it in a file, answer file, and then you have to store the output somewhere else. So that's how it works.
Okay, so I can't use my local ID like where I've set up.
No, you cannot. You will be connecting to a remote desktop. It will be running on Ubuntu or CentOS, and it will be a desktop. There will be a Firefox icon and all the documentation on the desktop itself. And when you actually start the browser, in the browser they will give you the questions, and then they will tell what is the location you have to put the answers, where you can get the data. Everything will be given as part of the instructions in that question sheet, and then you have to follow the instructions and you have to put the answers wherever the location is.
So I can't even use I can't use it. Okay.
You can use IDE if they provide as part of the certification. If they provide any IDE on the remote desktop, you can use. But I will recommend to avoid as much as possible because even if they goof up doing with certain settings, it will impact you to troubleshoot and try to work around that. So there could be some discrepancy between your understanding and the way they set up the environment, even if they provide IDE. So I don't recommend you to use IDE. Use a Sublime Text or some advanced editor where you can open the file, open the terminal, write the code snippet, and if you feel that code snippet is fine, then copy that code snippet into the file, and finally run the script which is saved in a file as a script to make sure that everything is working as expected.
And one last question, right? So Durga, I cleared my HTTP So I'm a program manager. So wanted to check if I'm going on the right path, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like trying to go into like a technical side, like a managerial role, but in the technical side, more certified things.
Okay.
So I have my PRP now. I completed my HTTP.
Okay.
And I'm planning to do my HTTP with Spark and HTTP like just Hive and Pig.
Okay.
So am I on the right track to go for any type of like Hadoop?
Yeah, so my recommendation will be to go for CCA exam than giving 2 HDPCD exams. So CCA covers Spark, it covers Hive, it covers Scoop. Pig is less relevant with the success of Spark. Okay, Pig will not have a lot of value going forward. It's unnecessarily complicated, and that the language which we use in for Pig scripting is not used anywhere else. And Spark will simplify your development lifecycle quite a bit. So I will recommend to go for CCA 175 than HDPCD Spark and HDPCD Hive, Pig, and Scoop exam. If you already gave HDPCD, Hive, Pig, and Scoop, then you can consider HDPCD Spark. But from the developer perspective, if you are planning to give your first certification, I will highly recommend CCA 175. That way you will be covered from Hortonworks as well as Cloudera as well. So when you try to apply for the jobs, having one certification from Hortonworks and another certification from Cloudera will help.
Oh yeah, okay. So and also I cover up both the Hive, Pig, and Spark material on the same thing rather than saying twice, right?
Yeah, that's correct. You can ignore Pig. Pig will not have any future.
Okay.
You can claim that you know Pig if you already learned, but there is no point in getting certified in Pig.
Okay. So it's better like me learning the Hive and
Scoop,
Spark.
Hive, Scoop, and Spark are important.
Okay.
I will take the people. Just a moment. I will take all the questions one after the other. So just give me some time. Yeah, go ahead. What is your name, by the way? Which Prasad? Hem Prasad. Okay, got it. So where are you based out of? Are you based out of India or US?
I'm in Dallas.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Like big data for past 5 years as a program manager. So I wanted to become technical because much money. So that's the reason.
Yeah. And also, industry need experience also, not just skill. So if people like you with vast experience on program management become technical, it will help a lot in many projects. As of now, most of the failures in big data is because decision makers, the product managers, program managers, sales guys who don't have any idea about the technology are making the calls, and they are misleading the client and then putting the pressure on their subordinates. So people actually getting their hands dirty will know the actual transition effort more accurately, and it will help a lot for the projects.
Yeah, that's why like I was thinking of becoming. That's why I planned this route. So that's why I did the admin stuff, so I understand the basics of the Hottenberg stuff, the framework, like the Hadoop stuff. So I hear that, so I have a hands-on on it.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm planning to do this. So it will be like total good stuff.
Yeah, are you connected with me on LinkedIn?
No, I'm like I just my friend, one of my friends told me.
Okay. Yeah, send me connect with me on LinkedIn. I will be coming to Dallas. I am in talks with a company, and probably for a consulting gig, I will be in North Carolina, and my company is based out of Dallas. So I will be visiting Dallas, and we can meet.
Oh, sure.
Okay, then I will talk to you again. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Pramod, do you have any question? Hello, Pramod.
Hello. Yes, sir. Hello. Hi, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I have a few questions. So I have launched the Spark shell, and how do I access the Spark UI? It has been created on port 4045. It has given me an IP address with the port, and I was trying to access that, but it was not showing. It was not opening.
What is that? Can you come?
4045. It has.
Can you ask the question again? I didn't get that.
Yeah, I have created a Spark shell, and the Spark UI has started on port 4045.
Okay.
And it was given along with the IP address, and I have tried accessing that IP address, but it was showing that this page is not available.
Can you show me that? I did not get the question. So yeah, I will make you the presenter. And
Yes.
And meanwhile, whoever is on YouTube live session, if you guys want to discuss live, you can join the WebEx session. The link is on top right corner in the live chat, in the top of the live chat. And also, if you want to get the weekly reminder, you can actually click on this URL, fill this form. I will add you to the next meeting. This is a weekly workshop, and it will go as long as it can. And you can ask any question as part of this workshop related to big data. Okay, so please, everyone go on to mute, whoever is not talking. Yeah, Pramod.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Just a second. I'm checking this port number. So this one, sir. So this is the port number on which my Spark UI has started.
Okay. So this is the private IP. You will not be able to access this one directly. Okay. So what you have to do is you have to replace this 172.16.100 to gw01.itversity.com.
gw01.itversity.com.
Yes.
.com. Okay.
So we need to figure out how to make it available in future. And another way is if you go here, let me log into the Ambari.
Yes, sir.
So raise a ticket for staff, and we will try to address that issue.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. The private
Yeah.
one.
So click, go to Ambari. Go to Ambari. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yes, sir.
go to Spark
Spark. Yes, sir.
and click on quick links.
Okay. Quick links.
Yeah.
Okay.
Click on that Spark history server.
Yeah.
You can access like this also.
Okay. Spark use. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, sir, I have like one more question. Sir, I am trying to I am running one of my projects on this cluster, and I have like a 700 MB file which I've stored on HDFS, and I'm trying to like cache the whole thing,
Okay.
and it was just caching only 256. Like I think I have saved it.
No.
And it is
Caching means it will not be stored in memory. Okay.
okay.
And also don't relate the size whatever the file is and whatever it is showing up here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Those two are two different things. So this is primarily okay, this is RDD only. So RDD size in memory is 262.5. Probably it might be compressing, so we never know.
It compresses a little. Yes, sir.
So it could be because of that.
Yeah, and yeah, yes, sir. So I was using Databricks, and I was able to cache the whole data frame. Here it was putting some on the disk also. Some amount of
No, it will be there. So do you see 0 MB on Databricks?
Yes, sir. It was caching completely.
No, here also it is saying 100% cached. So size on disk is something else. It might be some metadata or something. I'm not 100% sure. But if you see, the fraction cached is 100%.
Okay. Yeah, yes, sir. And one more question is, sir, do you have any plans of installing Spark 2.0 on the cluster, sir?
It's already there. Spark 2.0 is already there. You just have to. I'm not 100% sure how to kick off. You can explore that. It's already there. If you go to the Ambari.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So you can see it here. Spark 2 below Spark itself.
Spark 2. Okay.
But I didn't validate that. Probably, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So I'm not sure. I haven't validated it. You can validate and you can document how to access Spark 2 on this.
Yes, sir. I'll do that, sir. I think using bin we have to access a bin.
You can take care of it. You can document and you can create a topic on our website so that people will have idea.
Yes, sir. Sure. And Apache Zeppelin, sir, Zeppelin notebook.
Zeppelin we will be adding. I don't know how it works. So Rakesh, who joined the last night call as part of the moderators, he will be demonstrating Zeppelin as part of the next moderator call.
Okay.
So we will slowly roll in more and more services as part of the cluster. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sure. So the next one is Dipankar. Hello, Dipankar. You can unmute or you can actually ask in the chat also.
Yes, can you hear me, Durga?
Yes, Dipankar.
Oh, yeah, thanks for taking my question. So, yeah, my background is here. I'm trying to learn few things, doing my POC on. I do have experience on data warehouse background. I watched a lot of your videos in YouTube.
Okay.
And today I'm first trying to join and see some of the questions, like more of a design or architectural question, which tool to choose, that kind of area I'm kind of trying to figure out. And I have done some kind of POCs just watching your video and following through.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
So my first question, as you just mentioned earlier, that Peak may not be used later because now Spark is something which everybody is using. So I'm trying to understand like how so the Peak was there for do the ETL, like on top 5 you do nightly batch processing, you use Peak. So if Spark is the case, so I mean, can we safely assume that it may be a replacement for ETL tool in future?
So
That's the like first thing.
so Spark will not be the replacement for the ETL. Okay. So forget about big data. In general, there are two reasons why tools like Informatica, DataStage are popular. The first one is RDE, Rapid Development Environment, where you can drag and drop and you can define the transformations, identify or register the source qualifier, and then apply the update strategy to load the data into the target. The entire flow, you can create a mapping and you can submit that mapping as part of the workflow. And that is the first advantage, the rapid development environment. And the second advantage of using tools like Informatica is the server. Informatica have its own software, and it will offload the ETL process from the source database or the target database, and it will use the Informatica servers to do the heavyweight processing. So those are the two advantages with traditional ETL tools. Now, when it comes to big data, the processing should be done on the Hadoop cluster or big data cluster. It could be MapReduce, it could be Spark Engine, it could be anything. Okay, so the execution part, instead of using Informatica server software, we have to use the distributed frameworks such as MapReduce or Spark Engine to do the processing. And then for the RDE, Rapid Development Environment, there are new tools that are coming up, such as NiFi. NiFi is Apache open source tool where you can define mapping similar to Informatica RDE. And on a click of a button or on schedule, that workflow will be executed and it will process the data. So if you're trying to use Spark Engine, whatever code that is generated by NiFi has to be Spark related code. If it is using Hive or MapReduce, it has to be MapReduce based code. So are you understanding what I'm trying to say? For the execution purpose, we have to use.
Yes, I'm following completely. And just to add that on, since nowadays these ETL tools, as you said, Informatica, SnapLogic, I mean, they are saying, oh, just install our one of our software on your Hadoop cluster. We will use Spark Engine to do the processing.
That is correct, but it is not going very well with the clients because they are selling that at a premium of what they are selling their original product. Okay, so they are trying to mislead the customers, saying see, what are you paying for when you buy Informatica software traditionally? What are you paying for? You are paying for the RDE, you are paying for the Informatica server. Now the processing has to be done on the big data cluster, and they are selling, you can connect to the big data and you can also process data using big data using Spark Engine or Hive Engine, which is not Informatica owned software. So they are trying to charge premium on the open source software just by providing a user friendly interface, which is not. And then when it comes to support, if it is a Spark related issue, they are doomed. They don't have enough knowledge to troubleshoot it thoroughly and to fix the issue thoroughly, because the software is not under their control. It's at the mercy of the open source community. So that's why people are not buying or all these Informatica big data connectors are not very successful. So to come back to your question with respect to Pig. So Pig or using Scala or Python as a programming language on top of Spark is the replacement for Informatica RDE. Okay, Informatica RDE was so popular because if you have to join two datasets using Java, it will take 300 or 400 lines of code. But with PySpark or Scala, you can join the data with 5 lines or 6 lines of code. So even the RDE can be easily replaced with the programming skills. which are relatively easy compared to Java, C, C++. Hence, people are slowly moving away from ETL tools. And when it comes to Pig versus Spark, we should not compare Pig versus Spark. We should compare MapReduce versus Spark, and then Pig versus Scala versus Python. Pig, Scala, Python fall under the programming paradigm. And when it comes to programming paradigms, Scala and Python are much better programming languages. And as long as you can use Spark APIs in those programming languages, you can get the solutions much faster compared to Pig, and then Hive, and then Scoop, and then use some other programming language on top of it to schedule it and all those things.
Perfect. I mean, yeah, I clearly agree with you completely, Durga. And so then my question on that one, so are you saying then Spark would be actually future for big data ETL? That case, my question would be more on the productionized, like how do I schedule it? Databricks says their notebooks runs great, like workflow.
So
do you have any idea?
Notebook is just a IDE. Okay, workflow is different and scheduling is different. If you think about traditional ETL, you use AppWorks or Control M or some other enterprise scheduling tool to schedule.
Right.
Okay, similar is the case here. You use Notebook, which is an IDE, to develop your program, and integrate that program with some scheduling tool. And when it comes to open source scheduling tools, you have LinkedIn's Azkaban, you have Airbnb's Airflow, you have Woozy, which is part of the big data ecosystem. So these are the scheduling tools which you need to be aware of to plan for scheduling your batches. So workflow is different and scheduling is different. Yeah.
In Databricks, they were saying even directly a notebook can be scheduled, executed, and tracked for success, failure. Have you seen anyone used in production environment like that?
See, if you think about it, even Informatica comes with scheduler, but hardly 10% of the Informatica customers use Informatica scheduler. Okay, so everyone will have, so that the POC can be executed quickly. But the purpose of Databricks is to support the Spark, not to provide the scheduler. So you have to find more robust and reliable scheduling tool compared to whatever Spark comes out of the box. If it is covering all your requirements well and good, you can go ahead and use it. But you should not give the you should not weigh equally the core Spark and the scheduler which is provided by the Databricks. You have to compare Databricks scheduler with other enterprise scheduler tools and decide which one you should go with.
Okay, thank you, Durga. Yeah.
Okay.
And may I ask another question, or let others? I should allow them.
Yeah, we can take one more question. Actually, I will try to create one more session for experienced professionals also, because I want to limit this to students. But seeing the response I'm getting from the experienced professionals, I will try to set up one more call at regular intervals for experienced professionals also, and in that we can discuss as much as we want. Go ahead with your question.
Okay, my question on this is one thing I'm trying to figure out. Of course, we already have a data warehouse where we maintain fact, dimension, and main purpose of the dimension is to maintain that history. Now in big data, how do we do that? How do I maintain that history of the dimension record? And what's the implementation on that?
So so if it is a smaller dimension, you can just get the snapshot of your, if you have to maintain the history. If it is a smaller data set, you can just append the data with the timestamp, and then you can create a view on top of it to get the latest data by using windowing functions. That is one way to do. But if you have too much of data, and if you want to maintain history in much more robust fashion, you have to use HBase layer.
Okay.
So through HBase, you can insert data, update data, delete data in real time. Once you have data in HBase table, you can it's a NoSQL where you can read the data in real time and also in the batches. So you can use MapReduce programs also to actually read the data from HBase in batches.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. So the next person is Rajamodi. Hello, Rajamodi. Are you there? Hey, Sai, can you mute yourself? I am not able to mute you for some reason, and I am hearing echo. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Rajamodi, you can ask the question. Okay, sure, not a problem. Thank you. Ram City, Sai Teja. Sai Teja, do you have any questions? Okay, okay. So are you a student or are you experienced professional? Okay, okay. Okay, okay. So there is no material for Databricks as of now, dedicated material, but some people followed my content and cleared the Databricks certification also. But Databricks is a little bit complicated and it's objective, and the syllabus is a little bit vast than what I am covering. So the first priority is Cloudera and Hortonworks, and then we will slowly get into Databricks and Mapr. People have cleared Mapr certifications also, but I haven't covered anything on MLlib, and MLlib is required for Databricks as well as Mapr certifications. So there are some gaps, but I think 60-70% is covered already. Okay, okay. Then don't go with any Databricks certification. That is more than enough. CCA 175 is a good start because it will give you a holistic view. If you want to do more certifications as an experienced professional, I will recommend you to either go for administration certification like Hem Prasad they have mentioned earlier, or you can actually go for cloud certifications, AWS and all. It will help you more than. Okay, then you should.
My plan was first to write Cloudera and later go for database.
Yeah, I don't recommend to go with Databricks. One certification in big data is more than enough. It will be better to go for administration certification of Hortonworks or go for AWS certification. Okay. Yeah, sure. So next, Sai.
Yes, Mr. Dubra.
Yeah, do you have any questions?
Actually, I'm taking my exam right now for the Cloudera
Okay.
CCA 75. For some reason, the page is not loading up, and it is saying all the time, please wait, exam is loading for a very long time. My exam it is scheduled for 8 p.m. EST.
Okay.
So, does any of your students face this kind of problem?
Yeah, it is a recurring problem. Probably they will reschedule your exam, and you have to take the exam at some point at later point in time if the issue persists.
Like just sitting here for like last 1.5 hours. So,
Yeah, you just ask the moderator to reschedule the exam. Yeah, and it's a recurring problem not only with Cloudera but also Hortonworks. Okay, so again I'll go back to the live session. There are few questions on the live session also. First one is Ajay. Ajay's question is, I am working in mainframe technology. I want to learn big data from the scratch. Can you suggest the path where I have to start? Yeah, if you are a developer, again, first you need to understand what are the roles we have in big data. One is developer, one is administrator. So for mainframes professionals, if they are from developer background, they have to go through the big data engineer route, and in that you need to understand data warehousing concepts, and then you have to learn Scala or Python, the basic programming skills using Scala or Python, and then you have to go for certification such as CCA. I think you have emailed me also. I will respond to you in the email what all needs to be done today, and then you can take it from there. And then Ujjwal, my name is Ujjwal Rana, and I wanted to pursue my career in ETL. Can you suggest me which course should I take first in Hadoop? So you can start with CCA 175, and also how to build the concepts of data warehousing and ETL as part of the learning process, so that you can actually build your career towards ETL professional with Hadoop background. So Sai, okay, you are the one who actually waiting for the exam, so that is fine, Sai. So yeah, all those people who are on live, if you like this video, please click on the like button, and if you have any feedback once the session is closed, you can update the feedback on the comment section. Once again, if you want to join the WebEx session and discuss directly with me on the issues, you can fill the form which is available as part of the description, and I will send you the WebEx invite, so that you can get reminder every week, and whenever you need, you can actually hop onto the session. Once the session is done, once the streaming is completed, you will see the comment section. If you have any feedback that needs to be given, please leave the feedback in the comment section. Okay, and also try to be in touch with all the 4 platforms. One is the YouTube channel. Please subscribe. The Big Data Labs, which is under free preview until December 31st. The website itversity.com, and the forum discuss.itversity.com to discuss any of the challenges you encounter as part of your learning process. Okay, that being said, I hope you have enjoyed the session. Thank you very much for all the folks who have joined on the WebEx. We'll catch up next week.
Well, last one.
Yeah, go ahead. Your voice is breaking. Can you repeat that?
How long will it prepare for it?
Can you type the question? Your voice is breaking. I could not understand. Just to type the question.
How long will it take to prepare for it? I have learned.
Yeah, there is a lot of echo. I could not understand. Please type the question. I will respond.
Okay, I think so.
Hello? Yeah, how long it will study for Cloudera? So CCA 175, the content itself is, I think, 30-hour content, and it takes some time to practice. So even if you are an experienced professional, it will take at least 40 to 50 hours to prepare for the certification. If it is, if you are from different background and if you are learning most of the skills newly, it can take up to 120 to 150 hours easily to practice, to learn, to memorize certain things and all those things. Getting comfortable with the environment, everything will take anywhere between 120 to 150 hours. If you are a mainframes guy and everything is new for you, it can take up to 200 hours also. Yes, Deepankar, you can ask questions in discuss.itversity.com. That will be better, especially technical questions. Concepts, you can join these calls. As I have mentioned to you earlier, I will kick off another session for experienced professionals, and you can ask any questions related to concepts over there. But if you have any questions related to technical stuff, or when you are practicing, if you have any issues, go to discuss.itversity.com and start the topics over there, and anyone. So I'm building a team of moderators who can respond to those questions, and you can be the moderator also, as you are experienced guy. If you want to take up some questions, you can. I can make you also as a moderator, and there are some benefits for the moderators, which you will understand over time. Okay. So Ujjwal, yeah, go ahead. If you have any question, I will take up the question. So I will take a couple of more questions, and I will wrap up this session. Okay, another question from Venkat Subbai is: do we need to learn all tools to be a developer? Not necessarily. You have to give weightage to the skills, and Spark, HDFS, Hive, Scoop are mandatory, and then you can add more and more skills. Okay. There is a guy called Gobi. I have one question regarding Spark job workflow. I think it will be better to ask that question on discuss.itversity.com. No, Rana, I cannot hear you. Probably you are on mute. Or you didn't. Okay, I think I got the problem. You didn't dial in the WebEx. You have to go to the quick start, and then there is a call using computer, and use that. I think you are able to hear me through YouTube, but you are not able to speak because you haven't dialed in. Anyway, you can ask the questions on discuss.itversity.com. I will take up the questions. We are already 4 minutes past 8. So that's it for today. I will take up the questions on discuss.itversity.com. Okay. Yeah. Okay then. Thank you very much. There's a lot of noise, so we will talk again. You just ask the questions on discuss.itversity.com. Thank you. Bye.
వస్తున్నాయి